This is Carl with the three things to watch for Friday, January the 10th. Starting out interior basis, we got heavy movement starting to take place on corn. It really hasn't slowed down too much. From a couple of weeks ago, we started to see a little heavier movement going into year end. We had futures rally a little bit. Farmers rewarded it. Continue to see some selling. Soybean crushers standing there buying soybeans right now. Crush sitting pretty good around that 125 to $1.30 a bushel. Ethanol, not so much. Losing about 5 cents a gallon on every ethanol gallon that's produced. Starting to hear some ethanol plants closing down, shuttering up, slowing operations, you name it. It's smaller, older, less efficient plants are the ones that are feeling the brunt of these negative margins right now. They're impacting the whole industry, but those are the plants that are really starting to take a beating from them, and where we're starting to see some slowdown. Be interesting to see if enough of that happens that it affects production in the next couple weeks ethanol runs. Keeping an eye on that. Bottom line though, base is still holding pretty firm across the interior market, even with suspect demand moving forward. Number two, Chinese demand ahead of Lunar New Year. Their Lunar New Year celebration starts January 29th. Typically a big pork and flour consumption time of the year. China's a little bit worried that they might not see it this year as deflation continues to hit that country. We'll be watching to see if we do see big demand afterwards to refill reserves. Typically, China does have to buy right after the Lunar New Year to fill reserves back up. So we don't see that this year. That's kind of a dark omen going forward. And one of the big ones today, of course, is the Friday the 10th. We got the WASDE numbers, the quarterly stocks, and the delayed export sales will come out today. As far as quarterly stocks, expecting about 200 million bushel less soybeans in reserves on December 1st than we had a year ago. Grains pretty much neck and neck the same, no big changes there on the stock side. Carry out expected to be trimmed a little bit, soybeans, corn, and wheat, but nothing really significant from what we had last month. All eyes on soy oil. See what the USDA does with soy oil and soy crush. Those are the big ones to watch on the domestic side. Global side, of course, South America. Private analysts have started to walk back Argentine forecasts. We'll see if the USDA follows suit. The other thing in the report, obviously, final yield adjustments to the old crop contracts today. Whatever we see for yield is kind of what we get for production from here on out. Don't be too surprised if even if demand holds steady today, any change in yield, it doesn't take too much, 1 to 2 bushels, and we're back to a rationing position, and that's if demand holds steady. So, could be a pretty volatile day here in the trade. Those are the three things I'm watching.